His girlfriend's in Soho. She lives in a flat.
Oh, Ishmahil.
Well, why do you use abusive language?
Why do I use the word fuck?
Why fuck?
Because the word
Excuse me,
fuck is
Chinese.
You just use the
word fuck
Chinese
is English. It's in the dictionary. It's one of the most beautiful words you can use. It's so descriptive. If I was to say this, that, and you haven't got a clue what I'm saying. If I say fuck this, fuck that, and fuck you, you know exactly what I'm saying. It's a beautiful word. We should use it every day. It's liberating. In fact, the word fuck in the English dictionary is annoyance. I've been arrested in this park 3 times for using the word fuck.
Not enough, Ishmahil. Not
3
enough
times
times.
have I gone to court. Yet you claim that there's free speech in this country. And every time I've gone to court, all I've ever done is brought a dictionary with me. Fuck it! The word fuck is not fucking Jamaican. It's not fucking Somalian or Pakistani. It is old English. So fuck you.
And fuck you too, Ishmahil.
When?
Now!
Well, let's go.
Come on,
So I'm on time.
No. He's got his vibrator in his bag. He doesn't need that one fucking.
Are you covering me, Jeremy?
Covering your ass, yeah.
Yes, he is covering you. I mean, we have Jeremy. Let's go back. I've been speaking in Speaker's Corner for 26 years.
The same old bullshit,
Same old bullshit, and you're in the audience.
And you are the same.
You just can't get it.
I've been in jail for 5 months, Ishmahil.
I'm sure you have been.
Oh, they locked him up for the riots for looting.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Not even homosexuals are anymore interested in you.
Listen,
Yeah, the
Tyler,
iPad use this on now.
I remember when you first came down to Hyde Park.
Yes. I was a lovely boy. I was a lovely boy.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
This man here is a veteran of the Speaker's Corner.
Yeah. Oh,
Been for a long time.
spare me.
You've arrived about, what, 12 years ago?
15
When you
years.
first came, you were
15 years. 15 years.
just on the sidelines.
Yes.
Wouldn't say a word.
Yes, shy. Shy. But now I have kahunas.
Now you have kahuna.
Yes. Nigerian kahuna.
But Tyler,
Yes, Ishmahil.
let's be honest.
Let's be honest.
You're not a very good heckler.
I'm a Nigerian, Ishmahil.
That's your fault.
You're Nigerian.
No,
Hey, you're Nigerian.
Jeremy's neither a very good heckler. He's mediocre. But he's been around for a long time. He's learned the ropes. There used to be great hecklers in Speaker's Corner.
Yes.
People like Lurch.
Toad.
Toad. He knows them. Lurch was the leader of the Young Conservatives. Many of you may know him as one of the first candidates on The Apprentice.
Monday Club.
Remember him?
Yeah.
The Monday
You've
Club.
been fired.
Jeremy came. Sorry. Lurch came from a very wealthy family.
Is there a point?
his mother was a magic.
He knows the Cameron. He lived on the same street.
Yes. What do you know? Traffic warden and a minicab driver.
I'm a Nigerian. Don't blame
You
me.
know nothing.
What would I do?
What do you know?
I'm a
You
traffic
only got
warden.
ladies' sunglasses as well. Look at that.
Jeremy,
Not even ladies. Typical homosexual glasses.
Sammy's also a veteran and been here for a long time.
Yeah.
But Jeremy,
He's always been
Jeremy, you must know your place.
Yes.
You are not on my side. You are a heckler.
Yes.
Get with the motherfucker over there.
I know.
Get over there.
Get in there, boys.
These hecklers are fighting amongst themselves.
What's your point, Ishmahil?
He's looking fit to curry
But
fight.
he's a crook.
Hey.
We can have a meeting of the hecklers fighting amongst themselves if we like. That's what I mean. Turn them against each
Hey,
other.
Jeremy,
Divide and
don't let
rule.
him play
I
you.
learned it
Don't
from
let
the
him
British.
play you, Jeremy. He's trying
I
to play you
learned that
now.
tactic from the British. The British are experts at colonialism and imperialism. That's why I say fuck America. They haven't got a clue. American foreign policy is written by Rambo. British foreign policy is written by James
Harry Potter.
Americans have policies such as Operation Shock and Awe. British have operations such as Hearts and
And
Minds.
minds.
The British are more subtle
When they screw you.
when they screw you. They screw you for 400 fucking years and you realize only after 40 years they've been fucked.
Yeah.
The Americans, they're not into foreplay. They just fuck you the instant they arrive. American imperialism is a serious threat to the world. Many of us can laugh. We can laugh, we can joke about it. But let's be honest. Let's look at American imperialism. We may not challenge it because we're so consumed by everyday existence. We go to work at 9 in the morning. We finish at 5. We come home. Some of you may watch the omnibus edition of EastEnders. Some of you may go to the pub. You come back home. At 9 o'clock, you start fucking. If you're white, you finish at 9:10. If you're black, you finish at early hours in the morning. Your life
Speak for
is
yourself,
confused.
Ishmahil.
Of course, myself. Your lives are consumed by everyday existence. So we don't pay attention to the travesty that's taking place. Look at America's war in Iraq.
What war?
A war which they claim was about weapons of mass destruction. One thing I'm so proud about being British.
Oh, you're British now?
Yes, I am.
You're British now, Ishmael?
Yes, I am.
Wow.
British. What makes me so proud about being British, black and British? And some of you non-white people may think, oh, in England, oh, they're terrible, it's this, it's that. But Britain is one of the most tolerant places for immigrants. Irrespective of the challenges that still exist. It is better to be black or non-white living in England than living in France, living in Spain, Italy, Portugal, Germany, for a black individual. So we have to give credit where credit is due. And I don't give credit.
You live in Brixton.
And I don't give credit to the British government. I give credit to the British people who are tolerant. I give you that. However, when we look at American imperialism, when we look at the war in Iraq,
What war?
it was wrong. When we looked at the war in Afghanistan, we know it is wrong. But many of us do not challenge the narrative.
How is it
enough.
wrong, Ishmael? How is liberating people wrong, Ishmael?
America tells you about
From
terrorists
what? Liberating from
and terrorism. And they tell you that terrorists have names like
I'm going to go to the Muslims. I'm fed up with it.
Terrorists are Muslims.
Why?
The Western propaganda machine has so skillfully connected Islam with terrorism. So now when you think of, oh, there was a terrorist attack, you instinctively think Muslim. That is wrong in itself.
Why is it wrong, Ishmael?
My friend,
Why is it wrong, Ishmael?
because we never ask ourselves, why is there wars in Afghanistan?
Oh, tell
Why
us, Ishmael.
are the people resisting in Afghanistan? Why did the people resist in
What do you mean
Iraq?
people? Taliban,
Ask these questions.
AQ. Come on, what do you mean people? Taliban, AQ.
Virtually every week, the American war machine has been dropping bombs on Afghanistan, Pakistan, Yemen, and Somalia using drone aircraft.
Why?
Drones.
Why?
They have killed
Why,
thousands
Ishmael?
upon thousands of civilians.
Why?
But none of you motherfuckers talk about civilian deaths. You only talk about civilian deaths when it comes to Libya. Syria.
But Libya's free now, Ishmael.
Libya's free now.
Yes, thanks to who? Thanks to the
fuck are you
West.
smoking?
Thanks to the
And
West,
where can I buy
Ishmael.
some?
Libya is free now. And your friend Gaddafi has gone.
You can buy from me.
He says Libya's free.
Oh, it's not free. Gaddafi still exists, Ishmael. I'm sorry. I've been in jail for 5 months, so what should I know?
Are there any Libyans here?
They're all back in Libya enjoying democracy, Ishmael.
Which part of Libya is free? Let's look at Libya. Let's talk about Libya, about Gaddafi, the man you motherfuckers love to hate.
Yeah, the man you work
Let's
for.
look at Gaddafi.
Yeah, the man you work for.
Gaddafi should have stepped down a long time ago. Gaddafi should have given up power.
Oh, listen to this
Gaddafi
remix.
became a despot.
Yes.
Gaddafi was an ally of the West. Yes. Gaddafi said to Europe, because of Libya was a transit route for black African migrant workers. Gaddafi said that he would stop the dark ages from descending upon Europe. And what did he do? He built detention camps for black Africans trying to get through to Europe.
Mercenaries.
Gaddafi allowed the West to use Libya as a base whereby they could rendition people from around the world and torture them.
Rubbish.
In Libyan prisons.
That's the name.
That's Gaddafi.
Let me have a look.
But let's look at the original Gaddafi. Let's look at Gaddafi who came to power in 1969. Gaddafi was a socialist.
Biggest empire, biggest liar. Hallelujah.
When Gaddafi came to power in Libya, Libya was one of the poorest countries in the world. It was at the bottom of the Human Development Index chart. That was Libya. By the time Gaddafi had finished with Libya, Libya had the highest GDP in Africa, with 10.6% growth every year prior to the invasion.
The best social service.
In Libya, you had free healthcare, free education,
Everything.
free hospitals. Blacks could go to Libya and get free social housing. That was the Libya that you did not paint to the Western public. Gaddafi was seen as a hero in Africa. It is Gaddafi who virtually single-handedly rejuvenated the African Union.
Oh, come on, Ishmael.
Nelson Mandela.
Come on.
Nelson Mandela. It wasn't for
My prime African leaders, Ishmael.
When
Yes,
Nelson
thank
Mandela
you.
was released from prison, one of the first countries he visited was Libya. Saying that he was showing solidarity with Gaddafi because Gaddafi helped South Africa during its apartheid era. That was Gaddafi. Nelson Mandela's grandson is named Gaddafi. After Gaddafi, you motherfuckers. But you do not educate yourselves about the man that your government says, oh, was killing his own people. I was in Libya.
We know, Ishmael.
I went out to Libya
Yes, we know you
to determine
Ishmael. We know, Ishmael.
to determine for myself.
Oh, really? Who was paying you this time, Ishmael? Tell us.
Oh, who's paying me now this time?
Yeah, who was paying you this time?
Tell me, motherfucker, when have I ever been paid?
Should we go there?
Please
Should
do.
we go there?
Please do.
Let's not go there, Ishmael.
No,
It's a nice
please,
after
let's.
this. Let's not go there.
Please,
Let's not
let's.
do that, Ishmael.
Because you talk all of this
Let's not
bullshit.
do that.
Let's not go
Let's
there.
not go there.
I don't want to talk to you about this man's background.
Let's not do that, Ishmael.
Let's not go there.
Let's
He's
go on
not
there.
wearing his
Let's go on.
undies.
Continue your bullshit.
Are you wearing your undies?
Many of you motherfuckers,
Undies.
What
I'm
you mean?
Nigerian.
Hold
We
up.
don't wear undies.
many of you motherfuckers may know of the film Blood Diamonds. I was the one who went and made the original documentary, Blood Diamonds. Traveled with the rebels in Sierra Leone, the first one with the RUF. Exposed that. Who paid me, Taiwan?
Yeah, who paid you?
Who paid
What
me?
he won't tell you, he was paid to work with the rebels. Right?
I
Tell us
wasn't
about
paid
your
jack
friend.
shit.
Your friend, the
My
ex-president.
friend,
Tell us about the
I have
ex-president.
worked in many conflict zones.
Yeah, doing what?
Just like you,
Doing
motherfucker.
what?
Just like you. But let's not,
I'm an idiot.
but let's not go there.
Let's not go there, yes.
Europe, African
My friends,
murderers.
I'm saying to you, let's look at Gaddafi. Gaddafi was no angel.
African murderers.
Gaddafi was no angel. But what do you have now in Libya under this new transitional council?
Emerging democracy.
Listen,
In Libya,
African
if you ain't stopping
murderers.
speaking, forget it.
France, African murderers.
Oh, I'm just saying.
He's listening.
Oh, okay.
He's listening.
Oh,
in Libya.
Okay.
It's all right. You got no security. You got our security too.
He's just listening.
Speaker's Corner has been here since 18 whenever.
Yeah.
And every time these motherfuckers move a little show in the park, without even notifying the speakers, they have concerts and all this bullshit. They've now turned up the commercial game. They will exploit Speaker's Corner when it suits them. They will talk about the diversity, the multiculturalism of Speaker's Corner when they're trying to get a bid for the Olympics. But what support do they really show for freedom of thought, for independent ideas? I live in Cuba for 6 months every year. I leave next month and I'm back in April.
Good riddance.
Why?
This motherfucker works where?
Motherfucker, you can watch your mouth.
Are you getting aggressive? Are you getting aggressive, motherfucker?
Stop that
Do you
shit.
honestly
No,
think I'm
stop that
terrified
shit.
of you?
Stop that
You
shit.
can bring whatever
Stop
bullshit
that
you want to
shit.
bring.
Stop
Bring
that
whatever
shit.
bullshit you
Stop
want to
that
bring,
shit,
motherfucker.
Ishmael. Stop that shit.
Nearly.
You're a scary nigga.
Move on, Ishmael.
Where should I move to?
Move on.
Who the fuck are you to steer me as
Let's
to where to
move
go?
on.
Let me just say this. I work for the BBC, Channel 4. I know those at Al Jazeera.
Keep your hands off.
And I will tell you this. I have never met so many criminals in my life than in the corridors of the BBC. Channel 4. They have all of these bullshit programs. Panorama. Dispatches. I know them. I produce programs for dispatches.
Oh, so what
They're all
about...
lies.
What do you think about David Frost?
Look at the bullshit they produce. At every juncture when there's an attack or something going on around the world in Libya, Syria, whatever, in Afghanistan, Iraq, they send that media whore, John Simpson. John Simpson, that motherfucker. He turns up every... These aren't journalists. They are salesmen and women selling you propaganda.
That's the
and a lie.
propagandist. A pen for hire.
Tell me, you say I'm a propagandist.
Are you not?
Who do I work for?
Ishmael, I don't want to go there, Ishmael. There's no joy there.
I say please go there.
No, I don't want to do that, Ishmael.
If you
Move
have
on.
anything to expose about me, please
Ishmael,
bring it
we've
into the
done
public
this
arena.
time over and time
I
over.
don't hide
We don't need to,
anything
Ishmael.
about my life or my experience, my friend. When I leave the park today,
Yes, you're innocent.
I'm gonna
Ishmael.
go home,
You're innocent.
masturbate, and go to bed. I don't need to lie about my experience. You're the fucking one who needs to hide your background.
There's no blood in your
But I won't
hands.
hide it.
Yes.
I was asked to film the coup in Equatorial Guinea with Simon Mann, that motherfucker. You remember, don't you?
Wow.
You remember, don't you? You remember that? Who?
Who's Simon Mann?
You know.
Private Banks worse than Hitler.
How you doing, brother?
Private Banks worse than Hitler.
Yet Simon Mann is now free to do what the fuck he likes. And when he came out of jail, the British government and the establishment said, we are going to interview him. What's happened with this interview? The man tried to destabilize Equatorial Guinea and overthrow President Obang.
Oh yes.
For what? For oil. For resources. I backed out of the deal when I realized what the objectives were. When I realized who they were employed by.
Stop the toxic way.
What about Mark Thatcher? Oh yeah.
Mark Thatcher.
Whole family.
These are fucking terrorists. You have white people
Lenin.
who can roam around the world calling themselves private security contractors.
Russians waking up.
What a fucking cheek! In Venezuela this week, the Venezuelan government have arrested an American mercenary, a provocateur, a man who's there to destabilize the country. This week,
Really?
BBC won't tell you that.
What happened?
Sky News won't tell you that. Al Jazeera ain't telling you that bullshit. Fox News won't tell you this.
Also, I didn't hear.
In Burma, the massacre of Muslims in Burma.
Nobody.
Where is that on BBC? Where is Aung San Suu Kyi? Where's the fucking Dalai Lama? Where are these motherfuckers? The Dalai Lama is a fucking whore.
Biggest liar.
It's a boss.
The Dalai Lama is a fucking celebrity. Every time you see the Dalai Lama, you see him with fucking Richard Gere or some other fucking fake vacuous celebrity. Nowadays, we've lost our values. We've lost our focus. We are no longer consumed by family, friends, society, community. We are consumed by consumerism itself. We are consumed by the shoes we wear, the cars we drive, the houses we live in, how big they are, how pretty our girlfriends are, how handsome our boyfriends are, what latest fashions we're wearing. And we have changed. God is dead. The new gods of earth are the celebrities. These vacuous entities by the names of fucking Victoria Beckham, Paris Hilton. What the fuck has Paris Hilton done to be famous apart from get fucked?
He's famous,
Please.
Ishmael.
Yet these are the people who have now become your gods, your idols. And how do they shape it? How do they make it possible? They want to fucking cushion you in this fucking bubble. Enjoy yourself. It's the Olympics. It's the Olympics.
Made in China.
Hold up.
Hallelujah.
After the bands are fucking packed up and gone about their fucking business, tomorrow morning news is back again on the fucking corruption of the bankers who have fucked us all over. It's back on the corruption of politicians. It's back talking about the corruption of the media. The world is breaking down. Our illusions are eroding. I say this. You hear me use the term black and white, but black and white means fuck all now. Black power is dead. We are all the same people, regardless of sex, race, creed, color, sexual orientation, political persuasion, or religious denomination. We are all the same people, but these motherfuckers get us fighting amongst ourselves. They create stereotypes about who we are. So for years, as a black man in this country, I have had to live under the stereotype that is perpetrated and created by the Western media, that black people, especially the black male, are prone to criminality.
Are you not?
Yes, I am, but that's beside the point. You shouldn't stereotype.
Hey, come on. Notting Hill, remember?
My friend.
Who sold them drugs from Notting Hill?
Oh, shut up, you stupid nigger!
This motherfucker says who sold them drugs for Notting Hill.
The film Notting Hill. Come on, tell us.
More crime in London and New York.
He says I sold them
No, I
drugs.
did not say that, Ishmael.
For the
I did
film.
not say that.
You implied
I asked
that.
the
Oh, you
What did you
racist
say?
bastard!
Who sold
Please
drugs
hate
to the film
Tory
cast
government.
on Notting Hill?
He's a racist!
I don't know.
You don't know. Okay, fine.
you make these assertions. What do you
What do you
make?
mean? I didn't say it was you, did I?
He hates white
Let me
people
say this.
because he can't get any white girl.
Let me say this. I have never so much as sold a bag of weed myself.
Well, you're Jamaican.
Never so
Ishmael.
much. I am
Ishmael,
totally
it's like
anti-drugs.
saying I've never done fraud. I'm a Nigerian.
I am
How
anti.
ridiculous is that, Ishmael?
Shut up, you master
It's
poofta.
like me saying I'm a Nigerian. I've never done fraud.
I believe that crack cocaine destroyed my community, the black community, as well as working class white communities. Drugs have destroyed us as an entire. Please do kill him.
Cuba for a holiday.
This man said, I sold drugs to the cast of the movie.
I did not say that, Ishmael.
What did you say?
I did not say that.
You are implying that.
I was not.
When you asked me the question, who
I
sold
said
them
who?
drugs?
Maybe you
Let me
know
show
who
you
did,
this.
Ishmael. Maybe you know who did.
Let me show you.
speak.
When they were making the film Notting Hill,
Yes.
Richard Curtis and Duncan Kennedy,
Listen very careful,
the
folks.
producer, came to me and asked me if I could secure the streets of Notting Hill for them to make the movie. I said, of course. I wrote security strategies and plans. I worked at the original Ministry of Sound when that first opened. I write security plans and strategies. I've worked in many conflict zones as security. I worked in Colombia for many months. For many months. So when they asked me, can I secure the streets of Notting Hill for them to film? I said, of course. During filming, what you realize is, as I've known for years, many of these artists are fucking cocaine freaks. So they came and said, Ishmael, can you sort us out? Can you sort out the entire crew with drugs? That's the stereotypes of these motherfuckers because I'm a black man. I said, hell no. I'm against the shit. But here's a number you can call and get your
Oh,
shit.
really? Yeah, I know a man who knows a man.
I know a man who knows a man.
Typical black man, yeah.
But that's
I
not-
know a man who knows a man. I mean, come on,
course.
Ishmael. It's
Now-
like me saying I've never done fraud before and I'm Nigerian. It doesn't fit.
It doesn't fit under your own illusion.
Of course you've done
Now,
fraud before, Ishmael.
hold up.
Of course
Let's
I've
look.
done fraud as a Nigerian.
Let's look at drugs. We have that billionaire recently, Hans Rousing, a multi-billionaire. The person who's due to inherit Tetra Pak, £6 billion.
Oh yes.
Hans Rousing, a couple of weeks ago, his wife was found in his house, wrapped up in black bin liners, and she'd been there for 6 weeks. Hans Rousing is now on bail, walking the streets.
He's not in bail. He's in hospital, Ishmael.
Oh, he's in hospital.
Yes, come on.
He's allowed out on visits. He goes shopping.
The guy's in hospital.
Hold up. Now, just about a year before Hans Rousing's wife was found dead, Hans Rousing and his wife were arrested trying to get into the American embassy when his wife had drugs in her purse.
Oh yeah.
She had heroin and cocaine in her purse.
And Mariana.
And marijuana, but fuck that, everyone's an equal rights kind of militant. Hans Rousing and his wife, their house was raided. They found thousands upon thousands of pounds worth of cocaine, crack cocaine, heroin, and marijuana.
For personal use.
Hold on, yeah, personal use. And crack. And Hans Rousing walked away.
Hey, a good
With a
lawyer,
police
Ishmael.
caution.
The man had a good barrister, a lawyer, whatever.
You
Come on.
white people are good.
Queen's Counsel, QC.
You are fucking good. Hold up. O.J. Simpson.
Oh yeah.
Hey, the glove didn't fit, Ishmael. The glove didn't fit.
Listen, O.J. got away with it, but now he's in jail because the American judicial system never forgets.
Oh, yeah.
So he beat them once, so they framed him with a different charge.
Oh yeah.
But let's be honest, O.J. Simpson did it
How do you know?
He did it.
because he told
The
me.
glove didn't fit, Ishmael.
He
We
told
saw
me.
the glove. It didn't fit, Ishmael.
Me and O.J. was smoking a spliff one day when he came to Britain in the hotel. And O.J. said, I did it. O.J. did it.
He did not.
Let's not dispute it.
Says the law.
O.J. Simpson did it.
Hey, Ishmael, says
And
the law he
world
couldn't do it.
media were all over O.J. Simpson.
Oh yes.
They demonized him, they vilified him.
Yes.
But hold on, in England, we had our own O.J. Simpson. His name was Michael Barrymore.
Oh yeah.
Michael Barrymore. A man is found, hold on, not any man, not any type of man? A white man.
Oh yeah.
A white man is found dead, floating in his swimming pool with a burst anus. You should know all about that. You should know about that.
Ruptured anus, Ishmael.
You're an
That was
expertise.
the language of the coroner. A ruptured anus.
I succumb to your expertise.
He knows the
I
difference.
succumb to your
Michael
expertise.
Barrymore has found him to wipe up his ass.
If you want to use the term rupture,
use the
He knows the
coroner.
difference.
A ruptured
I
anus.
defer to your
It was ruptured.
expertise on this matter. Michael Barrymore had a man found in the swimming pool with a ruptured anus.
Oh yes.
With cocaine found in the system.
Yes.
And Michael Barrymore didn't even face any fucking charges.
Wonderful.
Mike, you white people are fucking good. Hold up. Hold up. Oh, an actress from Albury City
Oh yeah.
is in Kensington on the balcony with another white man, another actor. The bitch falls from the balcony into the basement and kills herself. The guy says, you know, we were taking heroin and cocaine and all this
They
shit.
are noble citizens.
There are no charges. You white people, fucking brilliant. Now let's get on. Remember James Hewitt, Major James
Oh
Hewitt,
yes.
the father of Prince Harry.
Hey, that's a cat.
What?
Come on, man. That's a
Let's not forget James Hewitt, the father of Prince Harry. James Hewitt was in Fulham. He was at a restaurant.
King's Road, Ishmael.
And James Hewitt was at King's Road. You like
King's Road.
King's Road at a restaurant.
Outside.
Outside on a summer afternoon with a table and a line of fucking Charlie.
Hey, personal use. Come on.
Cool. Delivered from
It was a hot
A
summer's
line of
afternoon.
fucking Charlie.
oh,
On the high
Afghanistan.
street, King's fucking Road. He gets arrested and he gets away with a caution. You white people are fucking good. Look at Pete Doherty.
I'm a
Fred, listen.
Pakistani.
Now if they stop me with a fucking, one fucking stick in my pocket, I'm fucking doing community service or paying a fine.
Oh, caution, Ishmael.
But here we are, oh, God, please. Here we are, Pete fucking Doherty. How many times are the police going to arrest Pete Doherty with every fucking drug known to man and others that they haven't discovered yet? They arrest that motherfucking heroin, ketamine, methadone, cocaine, crack, marijuana, all at the same time. And the motherfucker is free. You white people, you have it fucking good.
You went to jail.
So, when I say white people,
You went to jail,
I don't mean
Ishmael.
all white people. Poor, working class white people, you face the same shit as we do.
What do you mean we? I mean, you live in the, where do you live again?
Listen,
Where do you live again, Ishmael? Tell us where you live. We.
my friend, we're all getting fucked over.
No, you're not.
We're all getting
Says the
fucked
middle
over.
class black man.
Especially poor white people.
But you're not poor,
Look at
Ishmael.
how they describe poor white
Thanks are worse than
They call them
Nazi Hitler.
chaps.
Hallelujah.
people. Thugs.
Nothing made in England.
Look at how the media refers to poor working class white people. The establishment in this country hates poor people. Now hold up. I know some of you may turn against me for this. Audience is here. But look at the Queen.
God bless her.
God bless her.
Look at the Queen.
Recently, we had the Diamond Jubilee.
Union
The Diamond Jubilee cost the nation £3 billion in lost revenue.
Well spent.
Because we didn't just have one bank holiday, we had two. You didn't have to go back to work until Wednesday.
Yeah, we love holidays.
What that meant was the revenues that was lost in terms of being brought into the British economy was $3
Oh, look at him. We don't pay taxes.
Now this is from one of the richest women in the world. Imagine, at a time when the economy is on the ropes, when people are suffering, when the Western media is talking about benefits cheats,
Yes.
swindlers, fraudsters. Yet here we have a Diamond Jubilee celebration that costs the nation $3 billion. I would have respected the Queen more had she came out and said, listen, as we are going through such austere times, I believe the $3 billion that we will lose from our economy should be injected back into the economy. Let's have a quiet celebration.
No,
But
Ishmael.
instead, the media used the Jubilee as a means of trumpeted up nationalism.
Which is a good thing,
Nationalism.
right?
I agree.
So what's your point?
Nationalism is a great thing
For our country.
when used for the benefit of the people. When used to inflate a sense of national pride, identity. It's a great thing. But when they use the investment from nationalism to invest in wars abroad,
What wars,
in
Ishmael?
campaigns,
Come on.
in campaigns, Syria. The British government has just declared that they will be sending £5 million worth of assistance to the rebels in
Communications
Syria.
and Ishmael, handsets,
The rebels in
walkie-talkies. Come on, nothing. Walkie-talkies, Ishmael.
He says walkie-talkies.
Yeah, not me. The Foreign Office, walkie-talkies.
Communications equipment.
Yes.
My friend, how legal?
Smartphones.
How legal?
How illegal, yeah? Come on.
We have a rebel group in Syria attempting to overthrow and destabilize the Syrian government. They are against the Syrian government. How legal would it be if a group of Muslims or extremists
Don't
or
use that
separatists
analogy,
in
Ishmael.
England
Come on.
decided to launch a campaign
You
against
sound
the
like a
government?
university student
And
now,
then
Ishmael.
foreign
Come
government
on.
said, oh, we
Raise
will
the
support
game, Ishmael.
these people. Last year, there was an uprising in this country in the summer, right across the country. How would you feel if Saudi Arabia, Iran, Iraq, Libya, Syria, their government said, we're going to help these looters with communications equipment
Okay, that'd be offered.
so that the looters can coordinate where the fuck they're going to go? Let's sit there, such and such.
They need that. They
Fuck
have Blackberries.
Facebook and Twitter. Let's
They're
use
BBMs,
these
Ishmael.
let's use these new
Those
radios.
kids were smart. They're BBMs.
My friend, the support of a rebel group in a sovereign country to overthrow that government is tantamount to terrorism.
Rubbish.
But when
it doesn't
Western,
violate national law.
When Western
There is no
governments do it-
violation, Ishmael. Name me one.
when Western governments do it, it's all fine. My friend, you in the West talk about Islamic terrorism. Of course there have been attacks perpetrated by Muslims in Britain. But let's go to America for one moment. This week we saw an American walk into a Sikh temple because some Americans are stupid like that. They can't tell the difference between a Sikh or a Muslim. And he shot dead 6 or 7 innocent civilians worshipping as an act of hate. Now, does the American government take responsibility for creating that hate?
Oh, come on, Ishmael.
Let me give you another scenario. That story has already dropped from the media, from the media's radar. Next week, it never happened. But imagine if the man who burst into, imagine if a man had burst into a Christian church and he happened to be a Muslim and shot 6 white Christian worshippers. They would be talking about the man's faith. They would be talking about the ideology of Islam that got him to that stage. We'll be talking about the radicalization process, what made him extreme. You in the West, because we still live under the guise of white supremacy, with the white dominant narrative dominating mainstream society's ideas, they do not go into the debate as to what radicalized the white man to do it. They do not say Christianity motivated this white man to walk into a Sikh temple to murder these people because they assumed they were
Was it,
Muslim.
Ishmael? Was it?
The media, the state, do not go into that broader space of analysis to give us the understanding of what created that white supremacy. Now, if a Muslim comes to the West and perpetrates an act of terror, the Western media attempts to understand what made this individual do what he did and made him extreme. Yet, when these white racists murder people with impunity, the Western media gives a cursory mention and moves on. The first person murdered in a racist attack after September the 11th was a Sikh.
True.
Was a Sikh. How many mosques have been burned down in America? In Missouri, this week, a mosque was attacked. It was the second attack against a mosque in a month. But you motherfuckers will never know about this racism, this extremism that permeates our society because CNN won't tell you about it. BBC don't tell you shit. Fox News won't mention it a fuck. But these things are happening every fucking day. But it is excused by your racist Western media, which perpetrates the divisions amongst us. It creates these differences. It makes you fearful of Islam. Look at the relentless campaign against Islam that you have. You say, oh, look at Muslim women. Muslim women are oppressed.
But they are,
Because
Ishmael.
Muslim women are forced to wear the hijab and the burqa. Muslim Islam.
They are,
Look at
Ishmael.
Muslims. Honor killings.
Yeah,
Honor
two
killings.
right?
This week, a white man and his wife beat their daughter half to death because she was dating a black man in England.
No,
In the
in
Western
Cardiff.
Media. In England. Or
Cardiff.
in Wales.
Yeah,
In Britain.
which is not England, right?
In Britain. A white family beat their daughter half to death because she was dating a black man. Do the Western media call it a honor beating? No, there's no connection. But
Give
if
him coverage,
Muslim,
Ishmael.
if a Muslim kills her or beats their daughter for dating someone outside the faith, the Western media calls it honor beating, honor killing. Now, let's look at what you in the West told about Muslim women wearing the hijab. Let's be honest. Let's be honest in our opinion. Hands up, those of you who believe that Islam is oppressive towards women. Be honest. Be honest.
No one.
Do you, sir? Do you, sir? Do you believe Islam is oppressive towards women? Yes. Why? Sorry? Subjugation. In what way? He says Islam is oppressive towards women with restrictions and limitations. Does that include the dress? Sorry? Stipulations. Is that the dress codes? The dress codes and other things. Sorry? You believe it, sir? Why? I can't hear you. White people don't have big voices like black people. In the Quran, it says that men and women have the same rights. Oh, thank you for your contribution. Now, on the point of this man, saying that the stipulations of Islam, because women have to cover up. My friend, I believe that all religions are oppressive towards women. All religions. Now, when we see a Catholic nun wearing their habit, covered from head to toe, you look at her and you think, oh, look at her, she's beautiful, she serves our Lord. When you pass a Hindu woman who wears a sari from head to toe, you have no complaints about the Hindu woman. When you pass an Orthodox Jewish woman who covers her head and from head to toe, you say nothing. Yet, what is the difference? Because look at it. A Catholic nun who covers herself. She covers herself because her Bible tells her that she should not reveal her figure so as to tempt men. That's why Catholic nuns cover up. Because their Bible tells them they must not reveal their figures to tempt men. Jewish women cover up because their Bible tells, the Torah tells them they should not reveal their figures so as to tempt men. Muslim women cover up because it is believed that they should not reveal their figures so as to tempt men. It is cultural. Cultural. Not all women in Islam have to wear the burqa. And in fact, Muslims are divided themselves about whether the burqa should be compulsory. But you never have these cultural debates. Instead, you come with your cultural imperialism, fighting other people's cultural values. You came to Africa, and when you arrived in Africa, you said, look at those black people. Oh, they're naked. Oh, it's a sin. It's away from God. You black people need to put on some clothes. So, you went to war with us, you fought us, and now black people are wearing clothes just like you. And after you left Africa, because black people weren't wearing enough clothes, you motherfuckers then go to the Arab world, the Muslim world, and then tell the Muslims, oh, you Muslims are wearing too much. Take some off. You bunch of motherfucking arrogant bastards. Now,
With Ishmael, come on.
now, let me go wear this way. Let me go somewhere else. Madame, yes you. Did you decide to wear those clothes this morning? Why don't I fuck off? Because I like it in this country. That's why I'm here. My friend, we have
see,
taken
Ishmael, they don't like you anymore.
Fuck them. Let them fuck off if you don't like
It's
it.
his country.
If you don't like it, you fuck off. Go somewhere else. Imagine. Imagine. That's why I'm here. To piss you off, motherfucker. And if you don't like it in our country, fuck off. Fuck you. Listen, hear what? You motherfuckers came to Africa and spent 400 years in Africa. I'm 40 years old. Me and my fucking children have 360 years left in this fucking place. Fuck you. If you don't like it, fuck off.
Leave the anger alone, brother.
There is no anger.
Come on, brother.
There is no anger.
The black man is no more angry.
My friend, I've said we're all the same people. Madam, did you decide to dress like that this morning? Was it your choice? Do you believe Muslim women have choice? Yes. In what way? Just like you have. Perfect. Madam,
That's
did you
not
decide
true,
to wear what you
Ishmael,
want to
is
wear? Did you have choice? Do Muslim women have choice? Why? Because you determine what you want to wear. Madam, you do not have choice. Madam, you do not have choice. Choice is restricted. You have to dress within the confines of the law, the laws of your land. Now, as a man, I could lift up my top and show you my wonderful nipples. If a woman did that, might be touch and
Let's
go.
test it then.
I could take, if I were to take off my trousers and reveal to you my 12-inch penis, I would be
Size
arrested.
doesn't matter, Ishmael.
That's what your girlfriend
Come
says.
on. Stop being a black man. Size.
If I were to take off my trousers and reveal my penis, I would be arrested for indecent, extreme indecent exposure. Because there are laws in this country that limit what we can and cannot wear. And each country has its bars as to what is culturally acceptable within that society. That's all it is. Nothing more, nor nothing less. But I believe that you Western women are more oppressed than Muslim women. Are you wearing makeup? You're not. Are you wearing makeup? Sorry? Are you, madam? Are you wearing makeup, madam? Are you, sir?
Stop that.
The issue is that many Western women feel obliged by the pressures of society to conform to the models of society. So we wear makeup, lipstick, eyeshadow. How many times have you been on a train or a bus and you see some woman fixing up her face? In Western society, how many women are now going under the knife? How many women are now getting liposuction, breast enlargements, breast reduction,
And
because
men.
you feel inadequate about your bodies?
And men.
I'm saying to you, sorry, sir? He says that makes them feel more confident. But that's funny you say that. It's funny you say that. Because I have actually made a documentary about Muslims, about Muslim women. And Muslim women say they actually feel more confident when they are coming up.
Oh, really?
So that's why we get back
So
to
you went
choice.
to Iran, did you? And you asked Iranian women about
We
that?
get back to choice. I went
You
further
went
than
to
Iran.
Iran, right? Come on.
I went further than Iran.
Oh, really?
My
Where?
case study was done in a better place than Iran. My field of study was done right here in the UK.
Oh, really?
Why do I say it's better than Iran?
better, yeah.
Because here in the UK, whereby they claim that women have choice and have the right to dress how they want to, it is in this very society where they are talking about the banning of the hijab and all these other oppressive measures against Muslim women, whereby they claim that Muslim women have choice. The only problem is you never talk to Muslim women. You never debate or discuss the ideas of Muslims. You dictate what you believe is best for other people. And I know, why do I empathize with Muslim women? Because you brought out the same bullshit against the dreadlocks. When black people were wearing dreadlocks, you created your stereotypes. You believed that the dreadlocks symbolized black power, hatred, and all the rest of it. So you demonized the dreadlocks. Even black people, conservative blacks, were oppressive against the dreadlocks. Many of you don't even realize that in Jamaica, the Prime Minister, Bustamante, made a decree saying, bringing all Rastas dead or alive, that the jails of Jamaica were filled from Montego Bay, St. James, right up to St. Thomas. All the jails of Jamaica were filled with Rastas. That Rastas had to hide and cut off their locks so as not to go to jail or be murdered by the population. That was Rastafari. And you created the same stereotypes against the dreadlocks, because what you are against is anything which is other. Anything which is other. How is it you have problems against the hijab? Muslims have been in Britain since the 1950s. How is it your anger and frustration and hatred of the hijab only manifested once you in the West started your war against terror, against Muslim countries, against Islamic nations? How is it the so-called hatred or your disdain against the hijab only manifested when America invaded Iraq, Afghanistan? Look at your own government policies. Look at your own nation. Look at the destruction, culturally, politically, and militarily, that your governments have been perpetrating across the world. We sit here. We can enjoy the Olympics celebration. Thousands upon thousands of people gather in the park. Not a fear of terrorism in your fucking mind. You're not fearful of Mohammed or Abdullah or these Muslims here, but you believe that your government is protecting you from terrorism.
Yes.
Fuck you. The real terrorists use F-16 fighter jets, F-18 fighter jets. They wear American and Western military uniforms. They drop bombs on people in Somalia,
And drones.
Yemen.
Drones.
They use these. That's so obscene. They use unmanned drone aircrafts to drop bombs on civilians in Somalia,
Kill terrorists,
Yemen, Pakistan,
Ishmael.
and Afghanistan. But you motherfuckers don't give a fuck because it doesn't affect you. You're back to work on Monday morning.
Don't even know.
Everything's fine. I just support my government. And it's the Olympics. Whoa, go Team GB. Go Team GB. You do not even consider the ramifications of your government's actions in these countries. It is criminal. It is illegal.
What should they do?
We have America and the Western government saying, oh, we need to protect civilians in Syria. The ICC saying, we're looking into investigating. The United Nations with that damn chicken bone witch doctor, Kofi Annan, as a peace envoy, running around trying to find peace.
Former peace
He's a
envoy.
fucking slave for the United Nations. That damn chicken bone witch doctor, Kofi Annan, who runs around on behalf of the UN, because the UN is nothing but a rubber stamp for Western foreign policy and imperialism. So we have the UN running around trying to do something. We have the ICC saying we're going to indict people if they're responsible for crimes. We have the Western so-called international community, which is nothing international about it. The international community is a euphemism for America, Spain, Italy, Britain, France, Germany, Australia, New Zealand, Canada. The international community is a euphemism for white Western nations.
Come on,
So we have all of these forces saying
White
something
people.
must be done. How the fuck, what moral credibility do the Americans have to tell us to save lives in fucking in Syria when those motherfuckers are using unmanned drones to drop bombs on civilians in Somalia, in Yemen, in Afghanistan, in Pakistan? What moral fucking integrity do they have? But we never question it. It just goes over our fucking heads. So now, let me declare to you motherfuckers in case you don't know. We are now living in the American fucking empire.
Get used
This
to
is
it,
the American
Ishmael.
empire. Get used to it, motherfuckers. That's why I respect the French and the Spanish. Because the French are trying to retain their cultural identity in this swarm of globalization. Look at England now. After you finish listening to this talk, or you're tired of the Olympic celebration and you leave here, where are you going to go?
McDonald's.
You're going to go to McDonald's, Kentucky, Burger King, KFC, all American joints. That is imperialism. In Britain, the English nowadays, you see all of these fake fucking English people running around with a fucking cup of Starbucks coffee. Oh,
Hey, don't knock Starbucks.
I need to get my fix. Oh. Coffee. I need the caffeine boost. The English didn't like fucking coffee. The English don't like fucking coffee. The English drink tea. Yes, of course you do. You do now. Look at you, the young generation of American imperialists. They don't even realize it. The English drank tea. And they didn't drink any fucking ordinary tea. It wasn't these fucking fancy herbal teas they have now. Dandelion and fucking bluegrass. They don't fucking drink ginger and fucking mint. Chamomile and blueberries. Fuck that. You in England only drank PG fucking tips or Tetley. But now it's fucking coffee. Now it's McDonald's. Now it's Burger King. Now it's Kentucky. Now it's all. That is how you tell your nation is being fucking colonized. Coca-Cola, Pepsi-Cola. Look at Tony Blair. Tony Blair sided with America at a time when Britain had lost its greatness. Britain was no longer great. The Germans had control of Europe. There were other powerful players on the table. So when America decided to go to war in Afghanistan and Iraq, Tony Blair and the British said, we're with you.
Shoulder to shoulder.
Well, shoulder to shoulder. What they meant was lips to us. But let's go with your euphemism, shoulder to shoulder. The British said, we will stand shoulder to shoulder with America. It was a tactical decision because by siding with America, the British then gained the credibility of being an ally of the world's last superpower. That was what Britain did.
What's wrong with that,
Tactful.
Ishmael?
Now, my friend, what's wrong with it?
Yes.
When Britain joins in a campaign which you claim is against terrorism,
Yes.
when it really is about subjugating a region of the world. This war in Syria is not about Syria. It's about breaking down the entire region.
Inshallah.
It's about getting to Iran.
Inshallah.
It's about global domination.
Next stop Iran, inshallah.
And they sell you lies on top of lies, on top of lies, on top of lies.
Yeah, but Ishmael, it's coming, Ishmael. And you know it's coming.
My
And this,
friend,
all this to do nothing, Ishmael. It's coming.
I feel sorry for the
Iran
British
will
people.
fall, Ishmael.
The British people do not, I believe, support the wars in Afghanistan and
But
Iraq.
what do they know, Ishmael,
But
like
they
you
do
always
support
say?
the soldiers in Iraq. I don't blame British soldiers. I don't blame the ordinary rank and file soldier who goes up and fights in Iraq or Afghanistan. They are serving their country and doing their country's bidding.
Yeah.
Who I blame are the politicians and those corrupt people, heads of states, like Barack Obama. Barack Obama is a fraud. Barack Obama is a media construct. Sorry? Don't say that, he says. How is it it's always black people who run to the defense of Barack Obama? Ain't you motherfuckers got anything better to say about Barack? Why do you support Barack Obama? What policies do you support?
His policy.
His policy what?
His policy.
His policy is to drop bombs in Somalia, Yemen, Pakistan, and Afghanistan. You support that?
No.
No. So you don't support Barack Obama. You're on my side. Barack Obama is a warmonger. But Barack Obama gets away with it precisely because he is black. Every major war over the last 10 years have been sold by a black face. Colin Powell sold you Iraq with his flip chart at the UN. Why is this? Because people around the world recognize the commodity value that black people have with suffering. When we think about black icons who are known as humanitarians of peace around the world, let's look at some of the characters. When we talk about great figures of humanity, who do we think of? Gandhi. We think of Martin Luther King. We think of Nelson Mandela. We think now of Aung San Suu Kyi. We think of, questionable, arguable, the Dalai Lama. You think of non-white people. You recognize the people in power, the war machine puppeteers. They realize that there is a credibility and mileage to be gained by having a black face selling war. Because black faces are supposed to associate with